Hey, party people. This video is gonna be just me painting and talking at the same time. Whole lot of talking and painting. And if you've been following me on social media, then you know that I was in Palm Springs last week at ClamourCon. ClamourCon. ClamourCon is basically it's a conference for YouTube creators, and this is the first year they're running it. It was awesome. I had a great time. I learned a lot. And if you've been following Instagram and whatnot, then you know I'm somebody who takes a lot of notes, but also likes to draw while I'm taking notes because it helps me focus. Now I'm in LA and it's Tuesday, which means I'm having my first ever YouTube meetup later today. That should be cool. I'm expecting about 3 people because I'm not really famous or anything, but that's fine because, you know, often it's the small groups where you can have the best conversations. I brought this. This is my travel pack. I take this everywhere. This is my little art supply roll when I go places. Okay, this compartment, I love this. This right now has the side brush pens that I got in Japan that I'm testing out right now. I'm going to paint with these today. I'm not very good with them, so we're going to fumble along together. Yay! And when I'm traveling, I like to take some kind of portable paint. So oftentimes when I don't have these, I'll have watercolor pencils in this section. And I mean, markers are far too bulky to really take a color assortment with me on the road, so I don't. And then I have pencils and water brushes and pens and erasers in this section. I always have a roll-up of paper towel to wipe my water brushes and stuff. Yes, that's not snot, that's paint, watery paint. What do I have in here? Oh, business cards. I always have business cards. And then this thing, if you watch my Japan haul from last year, is a little thing of water. And it has a clip. Oh my god, I love this thing, right? So this was me swatching the brush pens, different colors. This was at home, like shortly before I left. But it's got this thing has this clip. And you can just clip this and open. Ta-da! And then use this as a water well. Amazing. I love it so hard. It was just like a couple of bucks at Sakaido that I got last year. I always carry this around in case I do need a little bit of water. Usually the water brushes are enough, but if I want more water, ta-da, doesn't leak. I've been carrying it around ever since I got it last year and hasn't leaked once. And then usually I carry around a tiny pencil sharpener, which I don't have right now because I don't have watercolor pencils and all my pencils are mechanical right now. So this is always my little travel roll. I mean, I usually even carry this around town. So if I get a spare minute, I can doodle some stuff. I want to show you this thing. This is the coolest thing that I got at ClamourCon, which actually has nothing to do with the conference. At ClamourCon, I met Cinnamon, whose channel is The Art Sherpa, and she does acrylic painting, and she has a great personality and a great channel, and she is the bomb. And she gave me this little gift. They're Viviva, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, color sheets. Super vivid, transparent watercolors. We got into a conversation about portable art supplies, what we take on the road with us so that we're constantly drawing. And this is just a sample that she got from the person who is running the crowdfunding for this project. And it's a little booklet of watercolors so that you can paint on the road. Like, hi. I mean, look at these colors. I hope you can see them. I have the window in my Airbnb with the shades drawn, but I don't have my fancy studio lights. But look at these beautiful colors. Okay. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want me to do first impressions testing out video on these, but this is awesome for portable work. Or at least I'm hoping they are, right? Let's paint. Like, I kind of don't want to mess this up because I'm not very good at brush pens or anything, but yeah, let's just do it anyway. Hashtag do it anyway. I mean, it's just a sketch, you know. The base drawing took me an hour. The shading took me another hour. I did most of these in sessions. I hope the panelists that were watching me, like who caught me drawing, didn't think I was being disrespectful. This is just, I literally pay better attention when I'm drawing. So I'm going to pull these because I want to do denim. This piece is called Pockets for Everybody. That was kind of like where I was going with that. Dun, dun, dun. Squeeze this water brush. For those of you who don't know what a water brush is, it's a brush. It's got, I think, nylon bristles. They're synthetic for sure. And in the handle, you can unscrew the top and pour water in here. And you can squeeze water out as you're painting. You see that? So the harder you squeeze, obviously, the more water comes out. Okay. So this is really great for watercolor pencil, watercolors, brush pens, and another form of watercolor. They sell these filled with like sumi ink, black ink as well. I have a couple that have metallic ink in them. A viewer recently recommended that I get these and fill them with other inks. If you watch my 5 inks video, we're starting this whole ink exploration journey. I think there's enough interest there for it to be a thing. The thing I've been trying to do is work on manipulating and incorporating a looser line quality. I'm so used to rendering very tightly because design communication, being explicit, being detailed, and I wanted to be able to access a looser line when I could. So that's kind of been my focus in my sketchbook practicing. It hasn't been going very well. I mean, look how, I mean, it's not, whoa. This isn't the tightest line I've ever done, but it's not really the loosest either. I am working in this Viv Art hot press maruman made in Japan sketchbook that I got in Japan. Okay, so that's kind of like a wet on wet thing. It doesn't bleed through. It ripples because I put a lot of water there, but it doesn't bleed through. Like when I was doing this one was with the brush pens, not wet on wet, wet on dry. And that's how vibrant the colors are when there's not the water to kind of bleed it out. And it didn't bleed at all. So it's a little bit less than 300 GSM, 140 pound, less than 140 pound, but it works really nice. Now I'm trying to dry on wet and kind of scrubbing out the edges. But these brush pens, they dry so fast that you have to scrub pretty quickly. So I'm just squeezing the water brush to get some more water. And then to clean it, I just squeeze some water out and wipe it on my paper towel. I do like, you know, the reverse of denim is typically a lighter color unless the whole fabric has been overdyed. I mean, honestly, this turquoise is too bright to be a classic denim, but that's, these brush pens are very, very vibrant. There aren't a whole lot of neutral hues, so you have to get, well, what I have to do is I have to get better at mixing them on the illustration. Let's put some gray in here. Oh my god, this thing is gonna look terrible. Experiments, so many experiments. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll put in the shadows before we start adding the water. See what happens with that. Oh, now it's bleeding into the other thing. Ah! Oh my god. I'm going to title this Exercises in Learning to Let Go. Oh my god. Oh. Dun, dun. I don't like shadowing with black, but this is kind of the only thing that would show up on such a dark blue. Hey, guess what, you guys? I haven't had coffee yet. It's like first thing in the morning. I haven't had coffee yet. I don't like these rough, weird, crinkly edges. It's making me kind of bananas. Ugh. Oh, exercises in letting go. Right? Ugh. I already don't like how any of this is coming out. We'll see if I even upload this because I'm irritated by all the things. I like that, trying to achieve a dry brush technique, kind of leaving that alone there. I do want to add some more water and kind of lift some of this color up. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. Yes. I like that the most out of all of them. Like, I like this one and I like this one. DC can bite me. These are terrible. Yes, I know, it's called practice. Nobody starts off being magical. If you're new to my channel, my entire channel is based on the premise that talent is only a tiny part of the pie. And what you need to do is to apply yourself diligently to work towards your goals. And so to take this thing that I have very little experience with and just start messing around with it on camera in front of all these people who think I'm so bomb at painting. I mean, what it even is that? It's called a bad idea. We're just gonna run with it. It's weird to paint black jeans because if you look at black jeans, because the nature of denim is to have colored yarns going one way and uncolored yarns going the other way, whether it's blue or black or whatnot, you're just not going to get like a true intense black. And even if you over dye the whole thing in black, because it's cotton, it will fade over time. The only time you're going to get like real shiny black jeans is if you have man-made fibers over dyed, and after that, it's not really denim. Don't be afraid to mess up. Don't be afraid to try new things. Just remember them, catalog them. Like, this is what happens when you do this, and this is what happens when you do this. And keep in mind, these brush pens dry really fast. So whatever texture you have on there, it's there forever. You still see that original texture in there. And you still see the original texture in there. And that's annoying. But that's brush pens for you. Denim has that twill, so let's see if we can use that texture to our advantage. Or is it gonna look too much like stripey? Yeah. I wish I had more grays. Like one in between the black and this medium gray I have kicking right now. Then I can really manipulate some of these colors to dull them out some. I don't really want to start applying color theory to these brush pens quite yet and start playing with my oranges. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I've already mucked this painting up. See, the wet on wet always produces softer, and that's not just brush pens, that's every pen. So if you want something softer, laying down water first is always the first thing I try to create a softer look. And because it hasn't married the water yet, or it hasn't married the paper yet, you can still kind of soften the edges. But now I have two different color pants. But you see how I softened the texture there? And I couldn't do it here because it just bonded with the dry paper so fast and so hard. Two-tone pants. That's going to be the lesson here. This illustration. With wet on wet, your paint is going to go wherever your water is. And I don't want my cuffs to be the same color. So notice I'm stopping the water right above the cuffs. Laying down all this light blue. And now you see there's no more ink on the tip, so I have to just kind of let use up the water so the ink of the brush pen can start flowing through again. And now it's blue again. So these are going to be white denim with like a tint, very light tint of blue. And I'm going to put in some shadows. I'm running out of gray, so I'm going to use up the water till the gray shows up again. What have we learned? We have learned that wet on wet produces softer results, like here, here, here. That brush pen initially goes on pretty dry, so you could use that to your advantage, like here. It can also work against you, like here. When you put wet on wet, wet things next to wet things, they want to bleed into each other, like here. So, you know, maybe do every other pair of jeans and let those dry, and then go back in and paint the ones next to them. And we don't know what happened here. That's the lesson there is, yeah, sometimes you do things and things don't turn out. And also, a couple of these I've noticed, the colors separate. Like this one, the number 20, the purple and the blue start separating out a little bit. And this brown burgundy color, the pink and the green start to separate a little bit. So you got to watch for some of that separation. And then this one was an experiment. It had 3 different colors. Yeah, they start separating into separate colors. And you have to kind of like learn to work with that. And sometimes colors don't want to layer. So again, it's a whole process. I'm kind of excited to be doing something I don't really know anything about. Okay. What's the next lesson? The next lesson is shadowing with black almost never turns out good unless your base item is a very dark, dark, dark color. Like a light black. And this like 70, 80 value blue wasn't even dark enough for the black shadow to look right. Lessons learned from Zoe's mess ups. Yay! Isn't it nice when you can learn from other people's mistakes instead of making those mistakes on your own? Not always. Some people just don't learn like that. It's fine. Sometimes you just got to do it with your own hands and be like, yeah, don't do that. So yeah, I really preferred this before I put the paint on, but what you gonna do? For me, the initial figure drawing wasn't that difficult, so I can just do it again. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, don't be afraid, because at the end of the day, it's just paper. It's just paints. And, you know, unless it's your final project that is worth 50% of your grade, those things you should use your tried and true methods. Otherwise, have fun and play. And sometimes you get beautiful things like this and this, and you can take those little nuggets and run with them and create some cool things in the future. But you'll never get here if you don't also get here. Click like if you like this sort of like Zoe tries new things and makes mistakes on camera sort of video. You know, drop me comments, questions, and stuff. As for the size, I don't have, like, I like them so far. I don't have like a confirmed product review on these. I bought these in Japan, but I did see them online places. So they are available online. The Sai Japanese traditional colors. I got the 20 color set. Yeah, so far I'm really digging this paper. This is the only one I've tried. I haven't tried the not pressed surface yet. And yeah, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, all those good things. And I will see you in the next video.